Welcome to In Your Neighborhood. I'm your host, Jennifer Wakeman. Well, tonight we are taking you behind the glass of one of the area's most popular zoos, Reptileland. Come on along. When Clyde Peeling opened Reptileland in Allenwood in 1964, it was with the intent to entertain visitors while educating them about large reptiles. Over the years, the collection of animals and the facility at Reptileland have changed, but the purpose of the zoo remains the same.
My philosophy is that zoos probably are in a position to better educate people about the importance of saving what's left of this planet and the wild inhabitants than almost any other institution I can think of.
While the zoo at Reptileland has been the focus of the business, the family has expanded its offerings in recent years.
When our sons, Chad and Elliot, came into the business, it was obvious we had to grow it, and primarily because of their influence, we decided to go into the traveling exhibition business. We go into a museum somewhere in the United States or Canada, set up a semi-permanent exhibit, essentially taking up somewhere between 5,000 and 7,000 square feet. We put a keeper with the exhibit, and we are typically at one of these venues for 3.5 to 7 months.
These exhibits allow museums to educate the public in a new way.
Having some live animals on site stimulates a lot of interest. Instead of just looking at mounted animals or stuffed specimens, to bring somebody like us in with an exhibition of live reptiles or amphibians probably is a very good draw.
The traveling exhibits, which first hit the road in 1999, cover a variety of themes.
One focuses on nothing but gecko lizards. We have 3 frog exhibits that we have out. 2 of them are out on the road right now. And we have one called Reptiles, which encompasses a lot of different reptiles.
Not only does Reptileland provide the exhibits and habitats, but also the animals themselves. With 7 exhibits scattered across the country, having Reptileland as a home base for animals and keepers alike is not a luxury, it's a necessity.
To have backup animals for all of these exhibitions requires a lot of space and a big stable of keepers, because we're constantly sending them out on the road. They're staying with the exhibit for 2 or 3 months, get a little time off, and then back to Reptileland again. So this provides home base, training grounds for new keepers. It couldn't be done without the infrastructure we have here at the zoo.
In these off-exhibit areas, Reptileland keeps and sometimes breeds animals for all of their exhibits.
We do breed a lot of gecko species, frogs, occasionally snakes, but they're so readily available through other institutions that we try to focus our efforts where nobody else is doing much breeding in that particular line of animals, and we need them for our exhibits.
Breeding by zoos actually helps protect wild populations of animals.
I think the big thing that zoos can do, maybe much better than reintroducing animals to the wild, is to educate people as to the importance of saving habitat throughout the world, and to, as much as we can, do our own breeding and provide animals from our own efforts in breeding to alleviate pressure on wild populations. So the only time you have to bring an animal in from the wild would be to inject some new genetic material into the gene pool.
When it is time for a traveling exhibit to move, it is broken down and loaded into a tractor trailer for shipment. The animals from the exhibit are brought back on Reptileland's airplane to the Allenwood facility until their habitat is ready in a new town. In addition to the traveling exhibits, which are owned and maintained by Reptileland, the Peelings have found another niche market for their talents.
We not only design artificial naturalistic habitats for our own exhibits, but we have begun to design and fabricate them for other institutions, zoos, aquariums, and museums.
Elliot Peeling is the man behind this arm of the business. As he and his crew fabricated newer, more sophisticated microhabitats for their zoo, they realized that their skill, coupled with Reptileland's knowledge of reptiles and amphibians, provided a unique service for other zoos and aquariums. When we come back, we'll take you inside the fabrication department and also show you more behind the scenes at Reptileland. Don't go away.